Tension is growing between Denver leaders and one of the city's largest homeless service providers. Tonight, city councilors voted against a multi-million-dollar contract with the Salvation Army, citing a string of issues at a shelter, including a double homicide, hundreds of police calls, and the recent sexual assault of a resident by an employee. This afternoon, Denver city councilors were set to vote on a nearly $3 million contract for the Salvation Army to help 150 homeless families find permanent housing over the next 3 years. That contract discussion came just a few days after an employee at the Salvation Army shelter on Quebec in the former Doubletree Hotel was arrested and charged with the felony sexual assault of a resident. It's the latest in a string of security incidents at the shelter, which has been a cornerstone of Mayor Mike Johnston's plan to end unsheltered homelessness in the city. Last year, 2 people were shot and killed inside that same shelter. The city took over security shortly after that, claiming the Salvation Army wasn't implementing security improvements despite $800,000 in city funding. The shelter is in City Councilwoman Chantel Lewis's district. She's raised concerns about the shelter's security and operations for months and led the effort today to kill this new contract. Lewis says it's time for the city to really reevaluate the partnership with the Salvation Army and consider other providers.
I have deep concerns regarding the Salvation Army and their ability to keep folks safe within their care. We have seen it. The number of times that the Denver Police Department has to respond to sites that are managed by the Salvation Army, the number of incidences that have happened specifically in my district. We've had a double homicide in District 8 at the site that the Salvation Army manages. Just recently, we had an individual who was sexually assaulted by one of the employees of the Salvation Army.
Lewis went on to say that it would be irresponsible to give the Salvation Army any more money going forward. All but one councilor voted with her to reject this new rehousing contract. Salvation Army has declined to answer our questions about the recent assault and security at the shelter, citing an ongoing investigation.